Join us for a focused discussion on how textile manufacturers in the Middle East and Africa can modernize operations, meet global sustainability demands, and explore cost-effective technologies. Meet our expert panelists: Alex Zucchi from CEMATEX, Joseph Ikpe from the Garments and Footwear Factory Owners Association of Nigeria, Rasha Fahim from the Textiles Export Council of Egypt, and moderated by Behnam Ghasemi of Kohan Textile Journal.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our webinar on the topic of advancing the textile technology in the Middle East and Africa. My name is Behnam and I am the editor-in-chief of Kohan Textile Journal, a leading textile portal in the MEA region, and I will be your host and moderator for today's panel discussion presented by ITMA Asia and CITME Singapore 2025. Before we continue, we would like to invite the audiences to post a question using the Q&A box on the Zoom webinar screen. Only note that the Zoom application is required for mobile and tablet users who would like to post questions. Today, joining us are representatives from CEMATEX, Textile Export Council of Egypt, and the Garment and Footwear Factory Owners Association of Nigeria. So for starting, let me invite Mr. Alex Zucchi, President of CEMATEX, owner of ITMA and ITMA branded exhibitions, to say a few words to you. Please.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Ghasemi, and hello to everyone, and good morning or good afternoon, depending from where you are linked to. Well, let me introduce something about CEMATEX. CEMATEX is the European federation that has been founded in 1951 and represents 9 national associations from all over Europe. We are the owner of the ITMA, that is the world's leading exhibition for textile and garment technology. In the Middle East and Africa, the textile and garment industry is growing steadily. For example, just to give you some number, imagine that the technical textile market in the region is expected to reach over $11 billion by 2030. This is also strong. There is also a strong growth in home textile and apparel manufacturing, especially in countries like Egypt, Ethiopia, Kenya, Morocco, and Nigeria as well. This growth shows there is a great opportunity for manufacturers in this region to expand their business, improve also the export, and move up the value chain. But to do this, companies need to upgrade their operation and meet the latest global standard. This is where technology can really help. At our exhibition in Singapore, you find cost-effective technology that are practical from growing businesses. This includes machines that save energy and water, digital tools to improve efficiency, and obviously sustainable solutions that help you to meet buyer expectations. We also know that global rules and standards are changing. For example, Europe has strong new regulation to protect the environment. Aligning with these standards early can give the Middle East and Africa manufacturer a competitive edge and open doors to new buyers. So our Singapore exhibition is the right place to see this solution. Learn from global experts and plan your next step forward. Now, I'm pleased and like to invite my lovely colleague, Miss Eileen, that is the co-project director of ITMA Asia CITME Singapore, to tell you more about the next exhibition in Singapore that will be held in October of this year. Thank you very much, and I look forward to joining the panel discussion later. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex, for that very lovely introduction. And good morning, everyone. I guess for most of the people now in Europe and the Middle East, it's the morning time still. And of course, I'm very happy to be able to take part in this webinar as well to share how ITMA Asia and CITME Singapore 2025 can support your business growth in the Middle East and Africa region. My name is Eileen, as Alex has mentioned, and the co-project director of this Singapore exhibition, focusing mainly on visitor engagement. Now let's begin by looking at some of the latest innovations shaping the future of textiles. The global textile industry is rapidly changing. Technologies like digitalization, automation, and AI are improving how we design, produce, and deliver textiles. These innovations are driving the shift towards faster, more flexible, and more sustainable production. For manufacturers in this region, now is a good time to explore scalable technologies that support growth and reduce costs in the long run. In the MEA region, the push towards transformation is gaining momentum. As what Alex has also already covered earlier, governments in countries like Egypt, Morocco, Ethiopia are investing in textile manufacturing hubs. At the same time, manufacturers are starting to adopt automation, energy-efficient machines, and digital tools. This shift aligns with the global move from Industry 4.0 to Industry 5.0, where technology supports not just productivity, but also sustainability and people. As you can see from the density globe here, the regulations are increasing very rapidly, especially in the EU and US. These laws affect not only what is sold, but how and where it's made. The EU's upcoming Textile Strategy 2030 calls for products to be more durable, recyclable, and traceable, while the US is banning harmful substances like PFAS. MEA may not be exporting heavily yet to these markets, but the region is gaining attention as a new sourcing hub, and global brands are already expecting higher standards and compliance. Even local buyers may soon require you to meet these standards as regulations continue to spread worldwide. That's why now is the time to upgrade. At the Singapore exhibition, you'll find cost-effective technologies that can help you take that step. While the MEA region is currently stronger in garment manufacturing, there is a clear opportunity to move up the value chain and build more textile production capacity locally. Governments and investors are showing interest in strengthening local supply chain by moving towards vertical integration, developing full textile-to-garment ecosystems to reduce import reliance, improve quality control, and meet global buyer expectations. Next, upgrading production with automation and digital tools can improve speed, consistency, and efficiency. And of course, collaborating with technology partners is key to adopting more sustainable practices and reducing waste. And at the same time, investing in your workforce, in skills and training will be essential to operate more advanced machinery. Exploring eco-friendly materials and circular models can also open doors to new buyers and help meet global standards. And finally, as the EU looks for faster, more traceable sourcing, your region in MEA has a chance to position itself as a strong alternative, closer in geography and ready to deliver. And that's where ITMA Asia and CITME Singapore 2025 comes in. It's a focus platform for discovering cost-effective, efficient, and export-ready technologies. And for the MEA buyers, Singapore offers a strategic, well-connected location to meet the world's top technology manufacturers under one roof. And let me now introduce you a little bit more about the Singapore edition. Some fast facts about the exhibition. It will take place this year from 28th to 31st of October. And we now have over 770 exhibitors from 31 countries participating. The top participating countries include China, Italy, Germany, India, and Turkey, all key technology providers to the global textile industry. Our exhibition covers the entire textile and garment manufacturing value chain, from spinning and weaving to finishing and recycling. With 19 product chapters, it's a one-stop platform for sourcing solutions across every stage of production. And this is especially valuable for manufacturers in your region who are looking to expand capabilities or integrate vertically. Whether you're focused on yarn production, dyeing, digital tools, or sustainable processes, you'll find the right technology partners here at ITMA Asia and CITME. This is the sector plan of the exhibition. It brings together some of the world's leading textile machinery manufacturers, and it's a valuable opportunity to explore a wide mix of technologies from both established and emerging markets and access what's best suited for your business needs. For many manufacturers in this region who are scaling up or modernizing step by step, this exhibition offers solutions that are scalable, affordable, and relevant. From cutting and finishing machines to digital tools and energy-saving equipment, you'll find technologies that match your goals and your budget. The exhibition is designed to help businesses like yours future-proof operations. So whether you're planning your next upgrade or just exploring what's possible, you'll be able to see live machinery in action, which makes it easier to understand how technologies work and evaluate their performance. A key advantage is that you can compare different technologies side by side or under one roof, something you rarely get to do elsewhere. You'll also have the chance to speak directly with technology providers about your specific needs, challenges, and goals. And with the exhibition organized by production processors, you can source efficiently. Most importantly, the solutions are relevant to your regional challenges, whether you're managing rising energy costs, labor shortages, or preparing to meet stricter environmental regulations. And here, I'd like to also share that CEMATEX is also launching the ITMA Sustainability Forum in Singapore, held alongside the ITMA Asia and CITME Singapore 2025 exhibition. The forum features a keynote speaker from the European Commission, and sessions focus on sustainability trends, regulatory compliance, and green financing. It's a unique chance to hear directly from a senior policymaker from the European Commission and gain insights into what buyers and regulators will expect in the coming years very soon. And importantly, we'll also talk about how you can finance these improvements with practical guidance from manufacturers who want to start making changes but face resource challenges. And of course, our visitor registration is now open, and we are still in the early bird period, which will allow you to save up to 50% on your visitor badge when you register during the early bird period. And if you're still planning your trip to Singapore, enjoy special rates from a selected list of hotels when you book through our official travel agent Behnam Solutions online booking site. And we are proud to share that Singapore Airlines is our official airline. So again, if you are participating at our exhibition, special rates are available through the promo codes for your flights to Singapore on Singapore Airlines. And for those who are eager to find out who are the exhibitors on the participating in the Singapore exhibition. The exhibitor list is now live on both our event app and website. So you can start exploring who's exhibiting and shortlist the solutions you want to see. And now, I would like to share a short video on what you can expect at the ITMA Asia and CITME in Singapore. Enjoy.
Explore, experience, and source at the leading textile technology exhibition, driving regional growth. ITMA Asia and CITME Singapore 2025 serves as the trusted platform for textile manufacturers seeking to remain competitive in an ever-evolving industry. Explore cutting-edge solutions across the entire textile value chain, designed to modernize and optimize your production process. Experience live machinery demonstrations from leading technology owners, and source cost-effective and sustainable technologies and solutions. Singapore, the ideal destination for business and leisure, supported by extensive air connectivity and visa-friendly policies. Immerse in the Lion City's unique cultural heritage, vibrant food scene, and exciting attractions. Grow your business with cutting-edge textile technologies at the region's leading exhibition. Plan your visit to ITMA Asia and CITME Singapore 2025 early.
Okay, thank you very much, Alex and Aileen, for the sharing on the ITMA Asia and the CITME Singapore 2025. But before we start the panel discussion, I would like to again remind the audience, if you have a question for the panelists, please post your question on the Zoom Q&A box. Also, if you are watching us from the Facebook, you may post your question on the comment section. So let's now begin our panel discussion on the topic Advancing Textile Manufacturing in the Middle East and Africa. We are pleased to welcome our dear panelists. First of all, Mr. Alex Zucchi, President of CEMATEX, the European Committee of Textile Machinery Manufacturer. And after that, Mr. Joseph Ikpe, National President and CEO of Garment and Footwear Factory Owner Association of Nigeria. And also Ms. Rasha Fahim, Executive Director of Textile Export Council of Egypt. So first of all, let's hear a quick introduction from each of our panelists. We'll start with Mr. Alex Zucchi and followed by Mr. Joseph and Ms. Rasha. Please, Mr. Alex, you can start.
Okay, thanks. Okay, I already introduced myself before as the president of CEMATEX, and that is the largest federation worldwide in this field. And then we are really pleased to be here, to be present today, in order to emphasize as much we can the importance to attend this exhibition. So I hope the people that is participating to this webinar, or people that is linked, as you said before, Behnam, via Facebook, they can find good reason to accept this invitation, this promotion we are making, because Singapore is the right place to be, and in one single place they will find the complete update and latest technology of the complete supply chain of the textile industry.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alex. So Joseph, you can also have a brief.
Thank you, Behnam. Thank you, everyone. It's a pleasure being here. My name is Joseph Ikpe from the Garment and Footwear Factory Owners Association of Nigeria. I am very much excited about this very event because textile business used to be a major contributor to our economy back in the days. In the 70s, 80s, Nigeria was doing very well in textiles, but along the line, we lost it. So I'm happy that the business is coming back to Africa, and we are getting very much prepared to embrace it, because this is Africa's time and we must have to take it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you. And Ms. Rasha, thank you very much for accepting and joining us. We are hearing you a brief.
Good afternoon, dear everyone. Thank you, Behnam. And I would really emphasize how pleased I am to join such a great webinar. My name is Rasha Fahim. I work as the Executive Director for the Textile Export Council in Egypt since 2009. It's a great opportunity for us, and I believe the more that the business community explore and talk to each other, the more opportunities will appear and the more productive ideas will be created. That's why I'm so happy to be here, and I wish everyone attending the webinar to gain some informative insights. And thank you for inviting me for such a great webinar.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. So I think it's a time that we can start our great discussion. So let's start with Ms. Rasha. I want to ask a first question from you. Actually, Rasha, you know, the Egypt textile industry is experiencing remarkable growth in recent years, and you know, driven by supportive government policies and increasing foreign investment, especially you know from some countries like Turkey, Syria, and also you know too many free trade agreements that you have with different countries. I want to ask, in this context, how crucial is the selection of the right machinery and equipment for Egyptian textile factories, and how they can use such a platform, such as ITMA Asia and CITME Singapore, help them connect directly with the leading global technology providers?
Yeah, perfect. Well, to answer this question, let's have a moment to look at these things from the point of view and the perspective of the global buyers. What are they really looking for currently the global buyers? And I can summarize this from my point of view in 3 keywords. It's lead time, price, and sustainability. Of course, the bad quality is a deal breaker, so we cannot even emphasize about the importance of a good quality. So the relation between the lead time and the machinery is obviously linked to each other, because lead time is directly linked to efficiency. Efficiency in today's world is totally linked with the machinery and the good quality machinery, because the more your machinery is capable and have modern features, then the less time you will use to produce your products, and then you have a higher efficiency, which will translate it into faster lead time and also more production capabilities, which will lead you and enable you to have more business opportunities and to gain more export deals. So this is about the lead time. When it comes to the price itself, you know, the textile industry is well known about this narrow margin of profit, but if you have the right machinery and if you are believing in the continuous development of your machinery, then definitely you will have a higher quality production, then you will definitely have a less usage or waste of the material, and you will certainly have some competitive pricing, and you will be having a bigger room of a higher profit margin, which will also impact your ability to gain more business deals. So when it comes to sustainability, it's super obvious that the machinery is totally helping, and it is maybe one of the only tools to adapt sustainability, because in the standpoints of the product and the facility, you would find that machinery plays a vital role. When it comes to the product itself, you have to create a product with less energy consumption, with water treatment technologies, with more gradually transition to the solar panels or some eco-friendly energy sources. So the modern machinery and the continuous development will certainly enable the company to move into the green manufacturing. So that's why, as my colleagues has mentioned, a platform like ITMA is crucial, and it is maybe the only global platform that all the business community depend on to create their future strategies. For instance, in ITMA Barcelona 2019, the Egyptian government and the Ministry of Public Enterprises signed a 270 million deal with some of the companies to modernize the public holding companies. So it is the first step in few days in one place, just to imagine how to develop and how to adapt the technology that matches your need first, and also that you can afford, because doing everything requires huge investments, but to select and to have small steps built on each other, that will enable the company not only to grow the business, but to remain in the market, because the new global market is now different than before. The traditional business, the traditional manufacturing is a threat now. You cannot just stay as you are. So I think from a point of view of an export council, because we deal a lot with the whole business community, we deal with brands, manufacturers, governments, the continuous development must be embedded in the company's DNA, which is something that's it's not doing for one time. It's not a one-time job. It's a continuously development. Then you have to continuous monitor, continuous adjust, and to raise the awareness of your workers and your company staff that we need to keep moving and keep developing. So I think from the perspective of the global buyer, machinery is an essential thing. Technologies, innovations, digitalization, and automation all are an essential needs for nowadays the manufacturers.
Exactly. Thank you very much, and for your very good answer. Actually, as you said, it's very important, especially about Egypt. I think Egypt is one of the heavens for machinery manufacturers these years, because you guys have very big projects, like the biggest spinning factory in the world. So I think it's a very interesting market for the machinery manufacturers. So let's continue with the next question for Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex, I want to know what innovative solution and technologies will be showcased at ITMA Asia, CITME, Singapore 2025 that are relevant to manufacturers in emerging regions like MEA region, and especially in the sustainability and automation fields.
Oh, well, let me first tell you that I'm going to hire Mrs. Rasha because she sounds like our best promoter. Thanks a lot for your unbelievable and very nice comment. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. That's the truth.
So you have an additional job in the future, guarantee. Okay. So let's say that at this exhibition, so manufacturers from also emerging regions will really discover a range of innovative technologies, mostly focused on sustainability and obviously automation. What means that we have to consider, let's say, four main fields, let's call it that. One is the automation, one is the chapter of sustainability, digital printing applications, technologies, and obviously the supply chain automation. Regarding the automation solution, nowadays the artificial intelligence is strongly coming in the picture, so you can certainly find production line based on AI, robotic systems, and smart machinery, all designed to boost efficiency and obviously reduce the labor cost. Regarding the sustainability, the sustainable technology like energy efficient machinery, water saving system, eco-friendly material, all these solutions can help the manufacturer lessen their environmental impact, making it easier to meet global sustainability standard and appeal to eco-conscious consumers. We mentioned before about this new standard. They are coming from all over the world, mostly from Europe and USA, that much more will be restrictive. So it's important that people and the visitor become aware about these standards. Regarding the digital printing technologies, we also consider to include the textile with integrated sensor for healthcare, sport application. They are becoming time by time more popular, as well as digital printing system that enable on-demand and personalized fabric production that are perfectly ideal for regions seeking to diversify their textile offering. And for the last point, the supply chain automation. During this exhibition, the visitor, they have the opportunity to find all these tools that helps to optimize their logistic and inventory management, making obviously their operation more efficient and cost effective within the global supply chain. Overall, the exhibition provide manufacturers with the tools not only to enhance productivity, but also to adopt more sustainable and high-tech manufacturing practices.
I understand. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Zucchi. Exactly as you mentioned, I'm sure that in Singapore, CEMATEX member has too many, surprise for this industry, especially in sustainability and energy saving the section, as you said. Thank you. And
let me simply add something, Mr. Behnam. Don't forget that we came back to Singapore after exactly 20 years. It has been let's say, mainly fight with all the organization and been the strong promoter of this exhibition, because Singapore given a big advantage to have more easy entry to everybody. And we are sure that this exhibition will be capable to collect most of the people that, particularly during the last ITMA Asia, were not able to reach China. So we are expecting a lot of people that normally they cannot access to China. This will be very important for all of us. Sorry, thanks.
No, thank you very much for your good point. I think Mr. Joseph is a bit quiet, so let's ask next question from Mr. Joseph. Joseph, as Africa is rapidly positioning itself as a future hub for textile manufacturing, most of the textile professionals and the experts said late or soon, Africa is the next destination. And I want to know how can Nigerian and other African investors identify and invest in the right machinery and technologies for sure to ensure sustainable growth and global competitiveness?
Thank you so much, Behnam. Nigeria as a country is actively working to revitalize the cotton, textile, and garment industry. Over the years, like I mentioned earlier, it has been a struggle. The government has done a whole lot, bringing out funds, introducing skills development programs, but none of these initiatives have seemed to yield positive results. So I think that technology is critical to our need. It is very much important, especially at this time. Access to technology will help complement the efforts of the government to make textile business work effectively and efficiently in Nigeria as well as in other African countries. Nigeria, of course, has always been at the forefront when it comes to garment technology in West Africa, garment industry productions in West Africa. But when it comes to industrialization, we are not there. We are not there. Our business, when it comes to textile and garment, is domesticated. So we are very much interested in this very program of the ITMA Asia and ITME Singapore 2025, because we believe it will give us the opportunity for us to see a whole lot of machineries that will aid our production and make our business more efficient. So the government has introduced programs such as the Bank of Industry Fashion Fund. We have this fund all along, and we want to start utilizing it for equipment financing. The government has made it open for people to bring in machineries. If you see a machine that will aid your work, come and take a loan at a very easy interest rates, go and get the business done. So for Nigerians that are here who are listening to me, this is a very beautiful opportunity. We are sending a delegation to Singapore by October 2025 for this very program. So we are looking forward to seeing some state-of-the-art machineries that will make our job, our business more better, bigger, and especially now that people are moving towards Africa, there is a significant shift towards Africa when it comes to garments and textile production. So we want to take advantage of this opportunity, leverage the technology that is coming from the Asian markets to improve our business.
Thank you very much, Joseph. Yeah, it's a very key point, as you mentioned. For sure, Africa is the next market, but there is it needs some actions that maybe can start from the visiting some good opportunities like this. So let's come back to Rasha for next question. Rasha, everybody, as we mentioned, are interested for this market, and they say, okay, it's a future market, but everybody want to know what happened in future, and that's why I want to ask, what is your outlook to the future of textile industry investment in the region, Middle East and Africa, and how can leading textile machinery, especially this part is very important, leading textile and technology producers, countries like European countries, CEMATEX members, even some countries like China, India, and Turkey that they have some machinery manufacturing, how they can contribute to the transformation and modernization of the region textile sector in upcoming years?
Yeah, thank you, Behnam, for such a great question. Well, I think it's obvious for all the business community that the global supply chain is changing, especially in the last 2 and 3 years. And I believe the future will offer a brand new global value chain when it comes to manufacturing hubs and when it comes to sourcing destinations. I believe and I take what's happening in Egypt as an example and a proof of what I'm stating, that we are witnessing a huge immigrant industries, textile industries from countries to Egypt for different reasons, but mainly from China, from Turkey. We are enjoying the hosting of such kind of investments. And also when it comes to the sourcing, you would find that all the European buyers, the majority of the European buyers are looking for a diversity in their sourcing destination, and they are looking actually for nearshoring destinations. That's why the future is actually currently is forming, and we will see a global industry value chain different depending on emerging new manufacturing hubs and also a focus of responsible production and responsible consumption. That's why I think that the near future will have a different key player in the global markets. When it comes to sourcing, they will be more nearshore to the main global markets such as EU and the USA, and the production's hubs will be indifferent, not only in Asia continent, because we are witnessing now. Naturally, this will follow with new trade relationships on 2 levels. On the levels of the countries, maybe we would find some new trade agreements with the total different countries that we are used to know about their trade agreements, and also for the level of the brand and supplier relationships. So I think the future, when we use the word future, we were maybe thinking about 10 years, but now I think the future is like a matter of maximum 5 years to see the changes already happening. When it comes to the MENA regions in Africa, there are 2 things. There is a very important region when it comes to textile and apparel production exportation, which is the Agadir countries. Includes Egypt, Tunisia, Morocco, and Jordan. Those countries enjoys 2 things. Enjoys a very solid industry, a very good amount of exportation to the global markets, and also they are nearshore. They are geographic proximity for the global markets, even for Asia at sometimes, makes it ideal for sourcing, reliable, stable sourcing. The second thing is related to the governments in the Africa region and the Africa continent. Africa in general has a massive opportunity and potential to welcome and to host such kind of FDIs coming from everywhere. As we all know, the European brands doesn't produce into Europe. They used to produce into the Asian countries. But now they have a philosophy and they have a strategy to remain our production facilities in the Asia, but to have like a second line or a second backup for the production in other regions. That's why Africa is very, very tempting for them. Because of many things, because of the, as you've mentioned, the trade agreements, the proximity, the stable and prices for the energy and for the labor, and other advantages. The challenge actually for the Africa continent is three things, because as we have discussed, transition into sustainable production is a must. So how quickly Africa can move towards this green production, and how they would adopt sustainability as a core feature of the industry. And most importantly, how can we develop some financing mechanism for the SMEs? Because regardless of the type of the tool or the technology, it's of course requires investment. SMEs is not like the bigger companies who can just manage themselves and be closer for finance accessing, and they are closer for the approval of the banks and financing institutes. But when it comes to the capabilities of the SMEs, they would never do it without some governmental support, some governmental initiatives to help them to adopt these new manufacturing requirements. The thing that I have mentioned and very crucial is that it's not for gaining more business, it's for remaining in the business. This is the thing that not all the companies they're not really convinced with it, because they think that everything is fine and we are doing a good business. But in the near future, with the pressure of the EU for legislation, you maybe just get out of the market because of not adopting such kind of new requirements, standards, certifications, and it's a hell of work and it's a lot of effort to be done. So I think we are already witnessing the future being formed in front of our eyes. There is a lot of indicators to tell us how it's gonna be formed, and to draw the headlines of such kind of future business. So I think that just people need to, or the companies need to move faster than the changes, which is a bit hard, but it's a must, I think so.
Thank you very much. It was so informative. Exactly as you mentioned, the most important thing is that right now the government, African government, understand that they can, be producing. They can have a good role in the textile industry, and instead of using the second-hand clothes maybe from the abroad, they can produce it inside, and they can have too much benefits. Thank you very much. So let's go to the next question for Joseph. Joseph, as you mentioned, very good. In Nigeria, you have very good source of cotton fiber. Also in other African countries like Kenya, Ethiopia, cotton is a very important, the raw material, and we can say in spinning cotton yarn can be a very potential there. Also, beside that, recycling, especially, can be a very good, promising, industry in Africa in future, because you have too much waste, textile waste, and also maybe second-hand, garments. That there's a huge problem for all continents. That's why I want to ask, considering that ITMA Asia and CITME Singapore brings together the world's leading supplier of spinning and recycling technologies, how can African manufacturers leverage this opportunity to explore the right solution and partnership?
Thank you so much. The African cotton market currently is estimated at about 6-point-something billion US dollars, and projected to reach probably $8 billion in 2030. Africa is rich in cotton, and which is one of the major reasons why there is an investment shift towards this area. But we are worried that as this production is rising, it is also rising proportionately with waste, right? So we are concerned that there should be an intentional effort towards recycling. So it's an opportunity for investors who are in this line of business. It's a great opportunity, and I know some of our Nigerian people who would visit this Singapore fair in October are interested in these very technologies for textile recycling. The other day I was in Benin. I've been to Togo too, where there are some textile industrial parks. You can see the amount of waste that those parks are generating. But what are they being used for? Where are they going to? It's a challenge for us in Africa. And I think that this is the best time for us to invest in technologies that can put this waste into use. Sometime in 2022, I led an initiative on textile recycling in my home state. I am from Abia State in Nigeria, and in my state, garment production is one of our major businesses. So currently, we do not have any technology at all that recycles textile waste. We do not have any. So coming to this program, this fair in Singapore, will help us a lot, because it will be a good platform for us to see firsthand what machineries can do this job, and we can be able to invest in it. Also, investors from other nations can take advantage of it, because we have a very big platform opportunity for people to put in their resources into Nigeria. Nigeria has great economic landscape for investors to come and invest. You can take advantage of the tax exemptions on textile and garment industry development funds. You can take advantage of the African Growth Opportunity Act. You can take advantage of so many opportunities right now in Africa to invest in this business of textile recycling. And I think is a good opportunity for so many people.
Thank you very much, Joseph. Thank you. That was a great answer. So let's continue with Mr. Alex. The next question. Mr. Alex, I think personally, for sure, all of the experts also say the same thing. This decision for the organizing ITMA Asia CITME in Singapore was a really smart decision, because right now in the past exhibitions, for example, we had some lack of international exhibition because for some the visa issues from especially countries that have some problems, and this ITMA Singapore I think can attract too many international visitors, especially from our region, Middle East and Africa. I want to ask how this exhibition ITMA Asia Singapore, ITMA Asia and CITME Singapore can help to the textile manufacturers in this region.
Well, try to be a little bit faster in answering to you, but you have to consider that this exhibition has been strongly requested from all our associates, because as you already anticipate, there is almost 120 countries with a free visa entry. That's why we have a great expectation about the success of this exhibition. This exhibition, ITMA Asia CTME, plays a vital role in supporting the growth of the textile and the garment industry in this region, I mean Middle East and Africa, because there is opportunity to see all the cutting-edge technology, global expertise. This is also important things, and obviously is an opportunity to create a very important, valuable networking. The networking opportunity with the global supplier and innovators allow the MEA the businesses to form valuable partnership, because as also Mr. Joseph was saying, okay, we don't have nothing for recycling. This is a good place to create this relationship. This connection open the doors for collaboration, make eventually joint venture, and obviously access to the new technology that can help the manufacturer to expand their operation. Everybody's saying about sustainability, so obviously we cannot avoid to go through this important subject. In this case, for the Middle East and African region, that where this there is growing pressure for greener manufacturing, CEMATEX is hosting the ITMA Sustainability Forum that is named Accelerating the Green Transition. I've been personally last week in Brussels at the European Parliament to invite some senior officer that he's fully aware and deep inside all this new regulation. So these people is going to give us a keynote presentation that we provide a real comprehensive overview about all the European sustainability roadmap and upcoming regulation. I tell you, there are many in the pipe. So this initiative is taken by CEMATEX in order to support the industry to transition toward a circular textile production. So you are all invited to attend this one, particularly the Africa representative, because you can get a very clear picture about what is going on in Europe. So the first learn, the first apply this rule is the one that will be facilitated to step into the European market. Customization for regional needs ensure that technology on display are tailored to the unique challenges of the Middle East and African market. Whether it is improving production efficiency or enhancing product quality, the exhibition helps the manufacturer to implement the right solution for going. This is another important chapter. You cannot say, okay, I buy new technology machine. You have to choose the right solution according what you are able to get in your market. In this case, for instance, you mentioned, Joseph, about recycling. This is an absolutely important chapter for the African market. In essence, the exhibition acts as a catalyst for driving innovation, improving production capability, and obviously boosting also the potential of the export within the Middle East, African textile and garment industry.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. And big thanks for the great discussion and valuable insights. Actually, there's too many questions and too many topics, but unfortunately the time is limited. So let's move right now to the Q&A session. But before that, let me remind again to everyone that you can post your question in the Q&A tab, and also in the Facebook you can send us in the comments. And we try to, because as I told you, we have limited time, we try to answer around 6-7 questions, and mostly focus on the the general subjects. So let me select one of the questions right now that we have received too many questions from our attendees actually. So one of our audiences from Nigeria actually asked Mr. Joseph this question. Mr. Joseph, they ask, what are the key factors to grow textile manufacturing in the Middle East and Africa? And how easy is it for new designers or graduate students looking to join the industry, or for small and medium-sized enterprises to grow?
Okay. The industry, the garment industry, textile garment industry, is quite a robust one. And there are so many opportunities for anyone who wishes to join or who wishes to invest in the Nigerian markets. Depending on the investor, if you are a foreign investor, or a local investor, there are opportunities for you. If this person asking this question is from Nigeria, of course, there are industrial parks, upcoming industrial parks that is currently being built in Abia State, in Lagos, in Benin, that's Cotonou, and Togo. It's very easy for you to invest. It's very easy for you to invest. Keying into the market is easy. All you need to do is to meet the requirements of the government. You meet the requirements of the government, register your business, and leverage the opportunities that are available.
That's great. Okay, thank you so much, Joseph. So let's select another questions from our, attendees. Okay. Rasha, the next question is for you. It comes from Kenya. Ask you about which textile sectors, for example, apparel, technical textile, home textile, is most promising for growth in this region. What are the main challenges investors face in the Middle East and Africa market, and how can they deal with them?
Okay, so those are two questions. The first part of the question, which are the products or that shows potential for growth, let's think about it as a value chain. Because we have in Egypt, I'm speaking about the Egyptian industry, we have the value chain of the denim products, starting from denim fabrics to the denim apparel. It has a very strong feasibility and production, and it's gaining a lot of potential for growth. Also, the knitted supply chain from the yarns, fabrics, and also the garments, t-shirts and sportswear, such kind of product has also a great potential and a strong capabilities. Of course, when it comes to Egypt, the Egyptian cotton will play a vital role because we have the cotton, the fiber, the extra long and the long. It's the most, the highest quality cotton in the world. And we have great capabilities when it comes to cotton yarns, and also for the cotton fabrics and the cotton apparel. So the Egyptian cotton, denim fabrics, and also knitted fabrics, or knitted or denim value chain as whole production shows a great potential for growth. Another impending in the market is the technical textiles, especially for the medical use. Maybe 10 years ago, we hadn't enjoyed such kind of manufacturers or suppliers well known in the market, but lately we have a huge development on two levels. On the level of the manufacturer themselves, there are embedding in such kind of technicalities and technical fabrics and other applications to use the raw material rather than home textile and apparel. Back to the second part of the question, when it comes to investment in the Africa, my personal point of view is just the lack of information. The investor doesn't know where to start, whom to connect to, because I will speak about Egypt in this as an example. What we do in the council is, despite that we are aiming for export growth, but we, in the strategy of the Textile Export Council, we are believing so much in the relation between FDIs, industrial capabilities, and export growth. That's why we just invite investors, despite we have other entities in Egypt related to this part, but we guide them, we try to support them, we try to enable all the information. So I believe the main obstacle for investors is the absence of information, valid information, updated information. And that's why we are trying to help with that. We're trying to create a team between the government entities to host the investor and to support them along the way until the business is done. I hope that I have answered the questions. And if any more questions for me, I'll be happy.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
You're most welcome.
Thank you yeah. And the next question, I think it's Mr. Alex, they're asking from you. It's very, the interesting topic, I think, because Actually, they are mentioning water consumption and green energy. That, as you also mentioned in your speeches, especially water consumption maybe is very important for Africa. The question is, what are the key growth trends in the textile and garment industry in the Middle East and Africa? Can you also share some new technologies being used, especially related to the water consumption, sustainability, and green energy?
Let's say first that the water now is not anymore only a problem for Africa because we are even suffering over here. We have almost Africa temperature in this day. We have 35, 38 degree in Milan. Imagine the kind of problem we are facing because we are not used to. Anyhow, the chapter of the water is, let's say, came in the picture already, I would say, 20 years ago, roughly. So all the machine manufacturers, they start already long time back to work on this chapter to reduce as much as possible the use, the consumption of water. It's known that the textile industry, together with the food industry, it's one of the two more polluting business in the world, no? But I have to tell you that time by time, despite we believe that we have achieved the top of the result, later on we discovered that something more can be done. And it is not just, let's say, a job delegated to the machine manufacturer, because many times the people mix up textile with the textile machinery. So the two, let's say, level of manufacturer, they are different, but they are strictly related. But the combination in between the textile manufacturer, machine manufacturer, and I want to add also the chemical producer must work together very closely to find alternative solution, not only to just to reduce the timing, they reduce the water consumption, they use the energy consumption, but also to find alternative in chemical, because the chemical, they are the part that are inside the water that we use, for instance, to dye or print the fabric. So this is the goal that we have. And I have to tell you that in the recent period, as many company I know, they already working also with use the artificial intelligence. And we don't have to be scared about the application they use to, because this can be very helpful to suggest alternative way. But in this case, we have to bring in the picture also what we call the skill of the people. Nowadays, we are suffering because we find a lot of difficulty to find qualified people. But this is another important point that I would like to bring to the attention, particularly for Africa, because education is an important chapter that also CEMATEX keep clear in front, because education helps to generate better future generation in our country. So the combination of all these things, they can simply brings better result. So moreover, as I already anticipated before, during the exhibition, you'll see also robotics, full of automation. And beside this, what we have to always keep clear in front that we can develop any kind of technology we want, but if we don't get the right person in the right position, we'll not be capable to get out of that the result that we expect. So also skilled people, so education, and on the other side, all the effort that our associate, our manufacturer, they are doing, and they tell you it's a lot. Now the time is very, very tight, very short, but imagine about what has been done for circularity, about the traceability of the garments. Joseph before was mentioning the big problem they are facing in Africa with all these garment excess. They are mostly sent over there by Europe and the US, no, that is creating a great problem locally. So we have developed and still working strongly to develop technology. And believe me, it's not easy. Who is in the field of textile knows very well that separate the fiber in the garment is quite complicated. It's not that easy, because nowadays most of the garments, they are not made by a single fiber, but a blended fiber to separate polyester from cotton, from viscose, from lycra, from other polyamide, stuff like that is quite complicated. We make huge improvement. We still have room to improve, and that's why it's important that we meet together to work with the same goal. It's not an easy goal, but I tell you, we can achieve it. Last point, because unfortunately, I'm the elder one in this webinar. I'm almost 70, so I'm working in textile since 49 years. And 49 years back when I started, the people was always stating, oh, the future is Africa, the future is Africa, the future is Africa. We are now in 2025, and we're still claiming the future is Africa. Now, particularly in the last, let's say, 10 years, probably is the right time. It's the right time because Africa, we don't have to forget that it's not only the North, it's not only Egypt, Morocco, all the North part, but there is plenty of fantastic country below. I recently make a trip around on this old sub-Saharan area. The potentiality of Africa is enormous. They are moving in the right direction. Before, Joseph mentioned also how big now is let's say, the business of cotton. I have a friend, they make plantation of cotton in Kenya, and they're successful. So I'm really pushing and supporting a lot of the investment in Africa. So if we work all together in this direction, certainly we are going to, I'm not saying to fix and sort out the completely problem of the main resort, but certainly we can achieve great result all together. Thanks.
That's great. Thank you very much for your all guys, very informative and great responses. Yeah. Unfortunately, we have a limited time, and I have to excuse our attendees. We cannot ask any more questions. And before actually we close, I'd like to invite each of you guys to share a quick, maybe 1 minute only, closing statement, maybe a key comment, or I don't know, something important for our audiences. So let's start again from Mr. Alex.
Oh, well, I think during this panel discussion, we are giving you more than one good reason to be in Singapore. So I do not insist, I'm not telling why and all the single point, but believe me, you'll be, let's say, surprised, and after visiting Singapore, we'll be absolutely convinced that we are going the right direction, and Singapore will be a hub that also we must consider for our future exhibition.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Ikpe, please share with us your final comments.
Thank you. It's been a great time. It's been quite a great time with all of you. I can't wait to meet you guys. Can't wait to meet all of you in Singapore so that we can do this together. The development of Africa is in our hands, and I thank you for your collaborations.
That's great. Thank you. And Rasha?
Well, thank you, Behnam. I just can't thank you enough for having me today with such a great webinar. I thank all the participants for attendance. And just let's keep in the communication, let's keep on discussion for Singapore. And after Singapore, I believe that the more connected we are, the faster we would make a change. So thank you so much, and thanks. I have learned a lot from my dear panelist colleagues. It was a great informative one. Thank you.
Thank you, Rasha. Thank you. And also, I would like to thank you to everyone who joined us today. We really appreciate time and attention.
We forgot, thanks our friend Behnam Ghasemi that coordinated this webinar. So thanks a lot to you as well.
Yes.
And the people working behind the scene, all our partners from ISPL, ISLV from Singapore, Miss Eileen, and all the other partners. Thank you very much.
For sure. Thank
you,
Behnam.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, dears. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.